Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about a powerful choice we can make in our lives: the decision to stay quiet after experiencing disrespect. In a world filled with noise, it can be tempting to react immediately, to fight back, or to seek validation. But sometimes the most profound strength lies in our ability to hold our tongues. Staying quiet after experiencing disrespect can be one of the most powerful choices we make in our lives. In our fast-paced world where emotions often run high and reactions can be instantaneous, the decision to pause and reflect instead of retaliating can speak volumes about our character and strength. When someone disrespects us, our immediate instinct may be to defend ourselves, to retaliate, or to prove our worth. However, in that moment of hurt, silence can become a sanctuary. It gives us the opportunity to gather our thoughts, to breathe, and to regain our composure. This pause is not a sign of weakness, rather, it is an act of profound self-control. It allows us to respond with intention rather than impulsivity. By staying quiet, we are also protecting our energy. Engaging in conflict can drain us emotionally and mentally. Disrespect often comes from a place of negativity, and by engaging with it, we risk absorbing that negativity into our own lives. Choosing silence allows us to conserve our energy for the things that truly matter, those that uplift us and align with our values. Moreover, silence can serve as a powerful boundary. By refusing to engage with disrespectful behavior, we send a clear message: we will not tolerate negativity in our lives. This act of self-respect can shift the dynamic in any relationship, allowing us to assert our boundaries without escalating the conflict. It communicates that we honor ourselves enough not to lower our standards to someone else's poor behavior. Staying quiet also nurtures our inner peace. In a moment of disrespect, it's easy to feel rattled and unsettled. But when we choose to remain calm, we create an oasis of tranquility within ourselves. This inner calmness can help us think more clearly and approach the situation with a renewed perspective. Additionally, our silence can provide space for others to reflect on their actions. Sometimes people act thoughtlessly or out of their own pain, and when confronted with silence, they may begin to realize the impact of their words or actions. This can open the door to understanding and reconciliation, fostering growth not just within ourselves but in others as well. Choosing to stay quiet in the face of disrespect also offers us an opportunity for personal growth. It encourages us to reflect on our values and what we want from our interactions with others. We learn to recognize patterns in behavior and develop the discernment needed to navigate future conflicts more effectively. Moreover, understanding that not every slight demands a response can be liberating. Learning to pick our battles allows us to invest our time and energy in issues that truly matter. This emotional maturity enhances our relationships and overall well-being. Ultimately, our self-worth is not defined by the opinions of others. By choosing to remain silent after being disrespected, we assert our dignity and demonstrate that we refuse to engage in negativity. This quiet strength can transform how we experience and navigate our interactions, allowing us to rise above challenges and affirm our value. Responding instead of reacting is one of the most essential skills we can cultivate, especially in the face of disrespect. When we are disrespected, our initial reaction often comes from a place of emotion. We may feel anger, hurt, or disbelief, and these emotions can propel us into a defensive or aggressive stance. However, reacting in the heat of the moment can lead to outcomes we later regret, further escalating conflicts and perpetuating negativity. Taking the time to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively allows us to regain control over our emotions and the situation at hand. When we choose to pause, we create a space for clarity. This moment of reflection helps us to consider the motivations behind the disrespect. Often, disrespect stems from the other person's insecurities, frustrations, or even their own unresolved issues. By understanding this, we can approach the situation with empathy rather than hostility. Responding thoughtfully also allows us to choose our words carefully. In moments of disrespect, what we say can either de-escalate the situation or ignite a fire. A well-considered response can turn a negative encounter into an opportunity for dialogue. It provides us the chance to express how the disrespect affected us and to assert our boundaries without resorting to aggression. By framing our response in a way that is assertive yet calm, we communicate that we value ourselves and our feelings while also holding space for the other person's humanity. Moreover, when we take the time to respond rather than react, we model emotional intelligence. This not only reflects well on us, but also sets a standard for those around us. By demonstrating composure in the face of disrespect, we encourage others to do the same. It's an invitation to engage in more meaningful and constructive conversations, which can lead to stronger, healthier relationships. Practicing this skill requires mindfulness and self-awareness. It involves recognizing our emotional triggers and understanding our patterns of behavior. Techniques such as deep breathing, counting to 10, or stepping away from the situation for a moment can help us ground ourselves. By developing these techniques, we empower ourselves to approach future conflicts with a calm and clear mindset. Furthermore, responding instead of reacting gives us the chance to choose our priorities. We can ask ourselves what outcome we desire from the interaction. Is it resolution, understanding, or simply maintaining our dignity? By clarifying our intentions, we can tailor our response to align with our goals, ensuring that our words and actions reflect our values. In essence, the ability to respond thoughtfully to disrespect is a form of self-care. It protects our emotional well-being and nurtures our personal growth. It fosters resilience and confidence, reinforcing the understanding that we have control over how we engage with the world around us. This choice empowers us to navigate challenging situations with grace, turning potential conflicts into opportunities for connection and understanding. Ultimately, choosing to respond instead of react is not just about handling disrespect, it's about embracing a mindset that prioritizes emotional intelligence, self-awareness, and respect for both ourselves and others. This approach not only elevates our interactions, but also enhances our overall quality of life, fostering a more peaceful and harmonious existence. Protecting our energy is a vital aspect of maintaining our well-being, especially when faced with disrespect. Every interaction we have, whether positive or negative, draws on our emotional resources. Disrespect, in particular, can be exceptionally draining, as it often provokes feelings of anger, frustration, or sadness. When we allow ourselves to engage with disrespect, we can quickly find our energy depleted, leaving us vulnerable and unsettled. Choosing to stay quiet in the face of disrespect is a powerful way to safeguard our emotional energy. Instead of becoming embroiled in conflict or negativity, we create a buffer that protects us from being drawn into a cycle of hurtful exchanges. This conscious decision to disengage helps us preserve our inner peace, allowing us to channel our energy into more productive and fulfilling activities. When we protect our energy, we cultivate a sense of clarity and purpose. Disrespectful encounters can cloud our judgment, making it difficult to think clearly and make wise decisions. By choosing silence, we create space for reflection and recalibration. This moment of pause allows us to assess the situation without being overwhelmed by our immediate emotional responses. We can then respond from a place of strength and intention rather than reacting from hurt or anger. Moreover, preserving our energy enables us to focus on what truly matters in our lives. When we engage with negativity, we divert our attention from our goals, passions, and relationships that uplift us. Choosing to remain quiet in the face of disrespect allows us to redirect our focus towards the people and activities that bring us joy and fulfillment. This intentional redirection enhances our overall quality of life as we invest our energy in relationships and endeavors that resonate with our values. Protecting our energy also encourages us to cultivate healthier boundaries. When we disengage from disrespectful interactions, we establish a precedent for how we expect to be treated. This not only sends a clear message to others, but also reinforces our self-worth. By valuing our energy and well-being, we signal that we will not tolerate behavior that diminishes our spirit. Healthy boundaries foster respect in our relationships and create environments where we can thrive. In the long run, protecting our energy contributes to our resilience. Life will inevitably present challenges, and encountering disrespect is one of them. By learning to safeguard our emotional resources now, we build the strength to face future adversities with greater ease. We become more adept at navigating difficult situations, maintaining our composure, and rising above negativity without compromising our well-being. Additionally, the practice of protecting our energy encourages self-reflection and growth. When we choose to stay quiet, we create an opportunity to assess our feelings and reactions. This introspection allows us to understand our emotional triggers better, leading to greater self-awareness. As we develop this awareness, we gain insights into our values and priorities, further empowering us to make decisions that align with our authentic selves. Ultimately, the decision to protect our energy in the face of disrespect is an act of self-love and self-respect. It reinforces the understanding that we have the power to choose how we engage with the world around us. By cultivating this awareness and intentionally preserving our emotional resources, we create a foundation for a more balanced, fulfilling life. We invite positivity into our lives, enrich our relationships, and nurture our sense of self-worth. In doing so, we not only uplift ourselves but also inspire those around us to prioritize their own energy and well-being. Choosing silence in the face of disrespect can serve as a powerful boundary-setting tool. In a world where interactions are often charged with emotion, establishing clear boundaries is essential for maintaining our well-being and self-respect. When someone disrespects us, it's a reflection not only of their behavior but also of how we allow that behavior to affect us. By opting to stay quiet, we send a strong message about what we are willing to accept in our relationships. Setting boundaries is about defining what is acceptable and what is not. Disrespect often crosses those lines, violating our sense of dignity and self-worth. When we choose not to engage with disrespectful comments or actions, we create a boundary that protects our emotional space. This silent stance communicates that we refuse to tolerate behavior that undermines our value. It's a powerful declaration of self-respect, signaling to others that we hold ourselves in high regard. Moreover, boundaries create a sense of safety in our relationships. When we establish what is acceptable behavior, we foster an environment where respect can flourish. By staying quiet in response to disrespect, we are modeling the behavior we wish to see in others. We are teaching those around us that disrespectful interactions will not be met with approval or engagement. This sets a standard for how we expect to be treated, promoting healthier dynamics in our personal and professional lives. Silence can also provide clarity. When we refuse to engage with negativity, we create a space for reflection, not just for ourselves, but for the person who disrespected us. They may begin to understand the impact of their words or actions in the absence of a reactive response. This pause can lead to self-awareness and, in some cases, even remorse. By holding firm in our silence, we invite others to reconsider their behavior, fostering a potential shift toward greater respect and understanding. Establishing boundaries through silence also empowers us to take control of our emotional responses. We may not be able to change how others behave, but we can control how we respond to it. Choosing not to react immediately allows us to evaluate the situation and decide on a course of action that aligns with our values and goals. This sense of control reinforces our agency in our interactions and helps us avoid falling into patterns of emotional upheaval. Additionally, the act of setting boundaries through silence can enhance our overall emotional resilience. When we learn to stand firm against disrespect, we build our capacity to navigate difficult interactions with grace. This resilience is vital for our mental health as it equips us to handle future conflicts more effectively. We become less reactive and more composed, allowing us to approach challenges with a clearer mindset. It's important to remember that setting boundaries does not always require confrontation. Sometimes the most profound statements come through our actions rather than our words. By choosing silence, we assert our boundaries in a way that is dignified and powerful. This approach minimizes the risk of escalating a conflict, allowing us to maintain our integrity while still making our stance clear. Over time, this practice of setting boundaries through silence can lead to deeper self-awareness and personal growth. We begin to recognize the situations and individuals that challenge our boundaries, allowing us to make more informed choices about who we engage with and how. This process cultivates a greater understanding of our own values and limits, reinforcing our sense of self-worth. Cultivating inner peace in the face of disrespect is an essential aspect of personal growth and emotional well-being. In moments when we encounter rudeness or dismissive behavior, it can be all too easy to allow external negativity to disrupt our inner calm. However, choosing to stay quiet instead of engaging in conflict can be a powerful strategy for maintaining that tranquility. Inner peace is a state of mental and emotional stability that allows us to navigate life's challenges with grace and composure. When we face disrespect, our initial reaction may be a surge of negative emotions, anger, hurt, or confusion. These feelings can create a whirlwind of turmoil within us, making it difficult to think clearly or respond thoughtfully. By opting for silence, we provide ourselves with the opportunity to regain our footing, creating a buffer against the emotional storm. This intentional choice to remain quiet offers us a moment to breathe, to reflect, and to ground ourselves. It allows us to step back from the situation and assess our emotions without being swept away by them. In this space, we can practice mindfulness and awareness of our thoughts and feelings without judgment. By acknowledging our emotions without reacting impulsively, we cultivate a deeper understanding of ourselves and our triggers. Moreover, staying quiet can serve as a protective shield for our mental health. Engaging with disrespect often leads to a cycle of negativity that can drain our emotional resources. Each time we respond to disrespect, we risk amplifying our stress levels and potentially harming our self-esteem. By choosing silence, we disengage from this cycle, preserving our mental clarity and emotional strength. Maintaining inner peace in the face of disrespect also encourages us to shift our focus from external validation to internal assurance. Often, disrespect can shake our confidence and cause us to seek reassurance from others. However, by cultivating inner peace, we learn to validate ourselves. We recognize that our worth is not contingent on the opinions or behaviors of others. This self-assurance becomes a powerful antidote to external negativity. As we foster inner peace, we also develop resilience. Life will inevitably present us with challenges and difficult interactions. The ability to remain calm amidst chaos is a skill that can be cultivated over time. By practicing silence in the face of disrespect, we build emotional resilience, allowing us to handle future conflicts with a sense of stability. This resilience not only enhances our capacity to manage stress, but also improves our overall well-being. Additionally, cultivating inner peace can have a ripple effect on our relationships and environment. When we remain calm and composed, we create a positive atmosphere that encourages respect and understanding. Our demeanor can influence those around us, inviting them to engage with us in a more thoughtful and respectful manner. This dynamic fosters healthier interactions and contributes to a culture of positivity and empathy. It's also important to recognize that inner peace is not the absence of emotions, rather, it is the ability to navigate those emotions with grace. By choosing silence, we acknowledge our feelings without being overwhelmed by them. This practice helps us to process our emotions in a healthy way, allowing us to release negativity and move forward with clarity and intention. Modeling respect through our actions, particularly by choosing silence in the face of disrespect, is a powerful way to influence our relationships and interactions. In today's often tumultuous social landscape, where emotional exchanges can quickly escalate, demonstrating respectful behavior becomes crucial, not just for our own integrity, but also for setting a standard for those around us. When we encounter disrespect, our initial instinct might be to retaliate or defend ourselves. However, choosing to remain silent sends a clear message about our values. It demonstrates that we prioritize respect and dignity over impulsive reactions. By refusing to engage in negative behavior, we create an example for others to follow, encouraging a culture of respect rather than conflict. This act of modeling respect is particularly important in interpersonal relationships, whether with friends, family, colleagues, or even strangers. When we respond thoughtfully to disrespect, we showcase emotional intelligence and self-control. This can prompt others to reconsider their approach, leading them to recognize the impact of their words and actions. In essence, our silence becomes a powerful teaching tool, demonstrating that one can stand firm without succumbing to negativity. Moreover, modeling respect through silence reinforces the idea that respect is a two-way street. When we treat others with dignity, even when they do not extend the same courtesy, we set the tone for the interaction. This can encourage those around us to reflect on their behavior and recognize the importance of mutual respect. It fosters an environment where open, constructive communication can thrive, allowing for deeper connections and more meaningful exchanges. Choosing silence can also be an opportunity for self-reflection and accountability. When we encounter disrespect, we might feel compelled to respond in kind, but resisting that urge invites us to examine our values. What do we stand for? How do we want to be perceived? By maintaining our composure, we reaffirm our commitment to respectful interactions and uphold the standards we wish to see in our relationships. In professional settings, modeling respect is particularly critical. Work environments can often be charged with stress, competition, and differing opinions. By choosing silence in the face of disrespect, we cultivate a culture of professionalism and civility. Our colleagues may feel encouraged to follow suit, leading to improved teamwork, collaboration, and overall morale. This approach not only enhances our immediate environment, but can also contribute to a more positive organizational culture in the long term. Furthermore, modeling respect can have a ripple effect beyond our immediate circle. When we choose to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively, we create a broader social impact. Others who witness our behavior may be inspired to adopt similar approaches in their own lives, contributing to a larger movement toward empathy and respect in society. This collective shift can lead to more harmonious interactions in various contexts, whether in schools, workplaces, or community settings. It's also essential to recognize that modeling respect through silence does not mean we remain passive or accept disrespect. Instead, it is about asserting our boundaries in a way that aligns with our values. We can stand firm in our self-respect while still choosing not to engage with negativity. This nuanced approach fosters respect for ourselves and encourages others to act with integrity as well. Remaining silent in the face of disrespect not only serves as a personal boundary, but also creates room for reflection both for ourselves and for the person exhibiting disrespect. This reflective space can lead to deeper understanding, growth, and ultimately transformation in our interactions and relationships. When we choose silence instead of reacting immediately, we give ourselves the opportunity to step back and assess the situation. In moments of disrespect, our emotions can overwhelm us, leading to impulsive reactions that often escalate the conflict. By pausing and refraining from immediate response, we allow ourselves to process our feelings, understand our triggers, and gain clarity on how we want to proceed. This reflective practice can lead to greater self-awareness and emotional intelligence, enabling us to handle future encounters with more grace and composure. In addition to self-reflection, our silence can prompt the person who disrespected us to reconsider their actions. Disrespectful behavior often stems from impulsivity, insecurity, or unresolved issues. When faced with silence instead of confrontation, they may begin to recognize the impact of their words or actions. This moment of reflection can encourage them to reconsider their approach, fostering an opportunity for personal growth. Silence can act as a mirror, reflecting back the consequences of their behavior in a way that is less confrontational and more conducive to understanding. This dynamic can also facilitate healthier communication in the long run. When we choose silence, we signal that we are not willing to engage in negative exchanges. This boundary encourages the other person to reflect on their behavior and perhaps approach future interactions with greater respect and consideration. The act of pausing can shift the entire energy of the interaction, opening the door to more meaningful dialogue in the future. Furthermore, the space created by our silence allows for contemplation and introspection on both sides. For ourselves, it's an opportunity to evaluate our feelings and decide what is truly important to us. We can ask ourselves questions like, what do I want to communicate? How do I want to feel moving forward? This self-inquiry leads to a more empowered and intentional approach to our interactions. For the person who has disrespected us, our silence can serve as a catalyst for change. They may feel discomfort in the absence of a reaction, prompting them to reflect on why their behavior elicited such a response. This discomfort can be a powerful motivator for self-examination. It may lead them to confront their own behavior and its implications, potentially paving the way for a change in how they interact with others in the future. Moreover, fostering this reflective space can enhance empathy and understanding in relationships. When both parties take the time to reflect, they can cultivate a deeper appreciation for each other's perspectives. This mutual understanding can bridge gaps and lead to more constructive conversations, ultimately enriching the relationship. By allowing space for reflection, we encourage growth not just for ourselves, but for others as well. Silence also creates a powerful opportunity for personal empowerment. By refraining from engaging in disrespectful exchanges, we affirm our worth and our right to be treated with dignity. This decision strengthens our boundaries and reinforces our self-respect. We learn to navigate conflicts without sacrificing our values, which in turn cultivates confidence in our ability to handle difficult situations. In essence, the reflective space created by choosing silence in the face of disrespect can transform how we engage with ourselves and others. It provides an opportunity for growth, understanding, and empathy. This approach not only empowers us, but also encourages those around us to reflect on their behavior and engage in healthier interactions. Ultimately, this practice fosters a culture of respect, understanding, and personal growth, enriching our relationships and enhancing our emotional well-being. Using experiences of disrespect as opportunities for personal growth is a transformative practice that can lead to deeper self-awareness and emotional resilience. Every encounter with disrespect, while painful, offers valuable lessons that can enhance our understanding of ourselves and our relationships. By choosing to reflect on these experiences rather than react impulsively, we open the door to significant personal development. When we encounter disrespect, it often triggers strong emotions, anger, hurt, disappointment. Instead of letting these feelings dictate our responses, we can view them as signals pointing to areas of growth. For example, we might realize that a particular comment resonates with unresolved insecurities or past experiences. This recognition is an opportunity to explore those underlying issues and work toward healing and self-acceptance. By understanding why we react strongly, we empower ourselves to address these vulnerabilities head-on. Additionally, reflecting on experiences of disrespect allows us to clarify our values and boundaries. Each incident can serve as a reminder of what we stand for and what we will not tolerate. By evaluating our reactions and feelings, we gain insight into our personal values. This understanding helps us establish clearer boundaries in future interactions, ensuring that we honor our own needs and self-respect. Recognizing our limits allows us to engage with others more intentionally, leading to healthier and more fulfilling relationships. Experiences of disrespect also provide an opportunity to cultivate empathy. When we choose to reflect rather than react, we can consider the motivations behind the other person's behavior. Often, disrespect stems from their own struggles or insecurities. By understanding that their actions may not be a reflection of our worth but rather their issues, we can approach the situation with compassion. This perspective not only helps us process our feelings but also fosters a sense of connection, reducing the emotional charge of the encounter. Moreover, using disrespect as a catalyst for growth encourages us to develop emotional resilience. Each time we face a disrespectful situation and choose to handle it thoughtfully, we build our capacity to cope with adversity. This resilience is crucial in navigating life's challenges, as it equips us with the tools to remain grounded and composed, even in the face of negativity. The more we practice this resilience, the more confident we become in our ability to handle future conflicts with grace. Engaging with these experiences can also inspire us to cultivate a growth mindset. Rather than seeing disrespect as a fixed reality, we learn to view it as a dynamic situation that can lead to personal evolution. This mindset shift encourages us to embrace challenges as opportunities for learning and development. We begin to recognize that every interaction, even the negative ones, can contribute to our growth journey. Additionally, taking the time to reflect on disrespectful encounters can lead to improved communication skills. As we process our emotions and evaluate the situation, we can identify more constructive ways to express ourselves in the future. This proactive approach to communication allows us to articulate our feelings and boundaries more effectively, fostering healthier interactions and minimizing misunderstandings. Finally, utilizing experiences of disrespect for personal growth reinforces our self-worth and empowerment. Each time we confront a disrespectful situation and choose to reflect rather than react, we assert our right to be treated with dignity. This self-affirmation is vital for our emotional health and can serve as a foundation for building more positive relationships. We begin to cultivate a sense of agency in our interactions, realizing that we have the power to shape how we engage with others and how we respond to their behavior. Understanding that not every slight requires a response is a crucial aspect of emotional intelligence and personal empowerment. In a world where immediate reactions are often the norm, recognizing the value of selective engagement can significantly enhance our relationships and overall well-being. This awareness allows us to choose our battles wisely, focusing our energy on interactions that truly matter. When we encounter disrespect, our instinct may be to react defensively or to assert ourselves immediately. However, not every situation warrants such engagement. By taking a step back and assessing whether a response is necessary, we grant ourselves the freedom to prioritize our emotional resources. This discernment helps us avoid unnecessary conflicts and drama, allowing us to maintain our peace of mind. Choosing not to respond to every slight also fosters a sense of control over our emotional state. When we engage with every disrespectful comment or action, we risk becoming entangled in a cycle of negativity. This cycle can drain our energy and diminish our emotional well-being. By learning to filter our responses, we empower ourselves to disengage from conflicts that do not serve us, preserving our mental clarity and emotional strength. Practicing self-care as a means of managing our emotional well-being in the face of disrespect is a vital and empowering strategy. Disrespectful encounters can be emotionally draining, and the way we respond to them can significantly impact our mental health. By prioritizing self-care, we create a buffer that protects us from the negative effects of these experiences and helps us cultivate resilience and strength. Self-care encompasses a broad range of practices that promote our physical, emotional, and mental health. It is about recognizing our own needs and taking proactive steps to meet them, especially after experiencing negativity. In the context of disrespect, this might mean stepping away from the situation to give ourselves the time and space we need to process our emotions. Instead of reacting impulsively, we can engage in activities that restore our energy and peace of mind, such as spending time in nature, practicing mindfulness, or pursuing hobbies that bring us joy. Taking time for self-care after experiencing disrespect allows us to recharge our emotional batteries. Disrespect can leave us feeling drained, hurt, or confused, and it's crucial to give ourselves permission to heal. Engaging in self-care practices helps us to acknowledge our feelings, process the experience, and begin to move forward. This recovery time is essential for regaining our sense of balance and clarity. Moreover, practicing self-care empowers us to build emotional resilience. When we consistently engage in activities that nurture our well-being, we strengthen our capacity to handle difficult situations. This resilience enables us to bounce back from encounters with disrespect more quickly and effectively. Over time, we learn to approach these situations with a greater sense of composure and confidence, knowing that we have the tools to manage our emotional responses. Self-care also allows us to cultivate a deeper sense of self-worth. When we prioritize our own needs and well-being, we affirm our value. This self-affirmation is crucial after experiencing disrespect, as it reinforces the understanding that we deserve to be treated with dignity. By engaging in self-care, we send a powerful message to ourselves that our feelings and experiences matter. This practice strengthens our boundaries and enhances our self-esteem, empowering us to navigate future encounters with greater assertiveness. Additionally, self-care fosters a mindset of compassion and understanding, not just for ourselves but also for others. When we take the time to heal and reflect on our experiences, we often gain insights into the motivations behind others' behavior. This perspective can lead to greater empathy, allowing us to respond to disrespect with compassion rather than anger. By viewing the situation through this lens, we cultivate a sense of connection rather than division, which can ultimately enrich our relationships. Incorporating self-care into our routine also promotes a proactive approach to emotional health. Instead of waiting for disrespectful encounters to occur, we can establish practices that fortify our emotional resilience ahead of time. This may include regular mindfulness exercises, physical activity, journaling, or creative expression. By building these practices into our daily lives, we enhance our ability to cope with stress and negativity, making it easier to manage when it arises. Moreover, self-care creates a supportive foundation for our overall well-being. When we invest in our physical, mental, and emotional health, we are better equipped to engage with the world around us. We approach challenges with clarity and strength, enabling us to navigate difficult interactions with grace. This holistic approach to self-care reinforces our ability to maintain balance and harmony in our lives, even amidst external chaos. Finally, the practice of self-care encourages us to set and maintain healthy boundaries. When we recognize the importance of taking care of ourselves, we are more likely to assert our needs and communicate our limits clearly. This assertiveness is crucial in mitigating the impact of disrespect, as it enables us to establish what behaviors are acceptable and what we will not tolerate. By prioritizing self-care, we reinforce our right to be treated with respect and dignity. In conclusion, practicing self-care in response to disrespect is an essential strategy for maintaining our emotional well-being and resilience. By prioritizing our own needs, we empower ourselves to navigate challenges with greater clarity and strength. This commitment to self-care not only enhances our ability to manage disrespect, but also enriches our overall quality of life, fostering a sense of balance, self-worth, and connection. In a world that can sometimes feel chaotic, prioritizing self-care becomes a powerful act of self-love and empowerment, enabling us to thrive amidst adversity.